Welcome to episode 1 of Big Dog Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Mike. This is Ron. That's Sam. And that's Ed. Today we're going to be talking about the Super Bowl. So,
Yes,
Ron,
sir.
what score you got?
It's going to be hard to go against Mahomes. I got 34-30. If you look at the last game, it was 27-24. The Bucks came back late. It was a blowout. So this one, 34-30. Should be a shootout. Mahomes is going to light them up. So I got the Chiefs.
Okay, Sam?
Hey man, after crunching the analytics a little bit, I like looking at that last game they played during the regular season, but also just looking at the games they played in the conference championships because it's the most recent time they played. You know, the Bills scored 38 versus the Bills, and I think the Bucks have a little bit of a better defense, so I think they got a cool 33 in them. And then the Bucks had 31 against the Packers, and I think the Chiefs defense can do a little bit better than that. Packers give up a lot in the secondary, so I'm going to go with Bucks 27. So Chiefs winning 33-27.
Okay.
I can't go against Mahomes, man. I looked at
Can't go against him.
every single game that's happened since the last 7 games of each team, and they go for 30 each, bro. 30 is the basis for both of these teams, but I think the Chiefs are gonna win this, and my score prediction is 33-28. And this is because in the last game it was 27-24. But that's just because Mahomes went up 17-0. And I don't think Tom Brady's going to let that happen again.
Well, I hate
What do
to
you think,
copy
Mike?
all of you, but you can't bet against the Chiefs.
You're not going
You
Brady?
can't bet against the Chiefs. So,
Hey, Sam is the Brady sexual.
literally.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Hey,
No one's
hey,
going Brady in here.
Nobody's go.
I
And we
want
might
them
all
to
look
win,
like
but I'm
absolute
not going
idiots
to pick
come
them.
Monday. But right now you can't bet against the Chiefs. They're the best team in the NFL. They've literally only lost 2 games this year, or they lost to the Raiders and they lost to
Shock
they
the
lost
world.
week 17 when Mahomes didn't play. So really, they're
No one's saying week 17
unstoppable.
they're arresting. Yeah.
And my score predictions 34-24. I don't see anybody stopping Mahomes. I don't see anybody stopping Tyreek Hill. I don't see anybody stopping Travis Kelce. So, yeah, it's going to be, and I don't think it's going to be particularly close. I think the Bucks are going to score a garbage time touchdown to make it look a little better.
Yeah, I also had them scoring a garbage time touchdown. I had my score Chiefs up by 4, but that's just with Brady going down and getting a touchdown. Then they don't get the onside kick. All right, MVPs. It's hard not to go with Mahomes. So
no.
I got Mahomes 3 touchdowns, no picks, throwing for about 303. I just don't see a scenario in which Mahomes doesn't get 3 touchdowns.
That's MVP to you? 303 is MVP.
303, 303, 3 tuds, no picks. If you look at the Chiefs, obviously, you know what they do? Touch passes. That's basically a handoff. So they're going to stack pad Mahomes like they always do. He's going to get 3 touchdowns, no picks.
Yeah.
Unlike this bozo, I went 450 yards, 3 touchdowns,
So I'm the bozo.
and 1 turnover. It's just, look, Mahomes has too many weapons, and this is going to be an important game for him, for his legacy, and I think he's going to show out. And I don't think the Bucks defense is going to do anything against him.
Oh boy, I wonder, Sam.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the past history of things, every single Super Bowl MVP has come from the winning team except for one. 30 of the 54 have been quarterbacks, and the Chiefs just have so many weapons that Mahomes is going to spread the ball out. So I don't think any individual weapon is going to get enough targets, enough runs, and enough receptions to really be able to establish himself. So I got to go with Mahomes.
Surprisingly,
Mike?
I'm choosing Mahomes. I have him going for
What a surprise.
I know, I have him going for about 430 yards, 4 total touchdowns. So I don't know if he gets run in there. Maybe not, but 4 total touchdowns, 1 interception, but he'll offset that with everything else. I couldn't go with the exact numbers of the last time they played because I can't say he's going to throw for 460. So I took 30 off, and also if we're looking at the last Super Bowl, well, the Bucs have a very good defense. Mahomes still won MVP.
Very good, huh?
Well, they're in the Super Bowl because of their defense. It's not 100%. It's not because of Brady who threw 3 interceptions in the championship. So, and if I'm looking at last Super Bowl against a better defense, one of the best defenses we've seen in the last 20 years, and he still wins MVP, it's hard to, you can't bet against him. So,
Yeah, so who's everyone's non-quarterback MVP?
Your
non-quarterback
dark horse MVP, because the MVP of the Super Bowl is really just a quarterback award at this point.
Like
I mean,
every
if
other
it can't
award.
be Mahomes, not really a hot take. I'm going Travis Kelce. If you look at the last time the Bucs matched up against the Chiefs this year, Tyreek Hill had a virtuoso. He lit him up 13 for 269, 3 touchdowns. But even with Hill going crazy, Kelce still had 8 for 82. Now, if you look at the last playoff game last week or 2 weeks ago, Kelce had 2 touchdowns. He's about to light him up. The Bucs are going to focus on Tyreek Hill. So I got Kelce getting 9 receptions, 128, and a touchdown.
Yeah, see, you were right about everything there except your pick, because they have nobody who can stop Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill put on a virtuoso for a reason. He blasted them.
And that's why he's not going to do it again.
He went for 269 yards and 3 touchdowns, which, if we remember, I'm pretty sure 200 of those were in the first half about. Just
exactly why he won't do it again.
Yeah, he's going to burn them. Because he's not just the speed guy, he does run routes. So, he's my dark horse MVP.
What you got, Ed?
Yeah, Ed, go ahead.
Well, I had Hill, but I think I'm going a different way. I think if the Bucs somehow win this, I think it's going to be Godwin who helps them out and gets
Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin over Evans and Hayes. I got Godwin. If the Bucs somehow pull this off, it's Godwin who helped. So I'm gonna go Godwin if the Bucs win.
My dark horse is also on the Bucs, but he's on the other side of the ball because the only way the Bucs can win this game is if they stop Mahomes. I think the person with the best chance of doing that is Shaq Barrett. Okay. One of the best defensive linemen in the league.
Yeah,
and he's still underrated. And if you watch Mahomes during the regular season and during his past years, he almost never gets sacked. He almost never really feels any pressure. So Shaq Barrett needs to get on him in order to force some mistakes, get the Bucs the ball.
See, I just want to add one thing to Ed. See, Ed, if Chris Godwin's winning MVP, how is the NFL not going to rig it and give it to Brady, though? That's just my thing.
Well, because we're not talking about
non-quarterbacks, obviously.
It's a non-quarterback, so yeah. I hate quarterbacks, man. They're
I mean, Mahomes got MVP. Mahomes got MVP last year, and they said they should have given it to
they should have given it to the running back. They should have given. Did he go for like 100 plus total yards? And
something. I don't know.
In a similar vein, for my Chiefs X factor, I actually have running backs because if the Buccaneers go out and say, we're going to try to stop Mahomes, so they play heavy pass defense, it's up to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Le'Veon, and whoever else is back there to try to make the job easier for Mahomes. So that's my pick for the X factor.
You think they're going to come out there with a 3-4 set or a 4-3?
What are they usually?
I mean,
aren't they 4-3?
Probably 4-3. I don't know. I'm gonna go.
If you're trying to stop Mahomes, you're gonna probably go with the 4-3 set, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense because they have 2 pass rushers. I'm gonna go off Sam's idea with his dark horse being Shaq Barrett. Interesting for the Chiefs. I don't know if y'all saw a couple weeks ago, but their left tackle or right tackle, but star tackle Eric Fisher
Yeah.
out for the year with an Achilles
I
injury.
feel like
So
he.
my X factors for the
Damn.
Bucks are those two edge rushers because the tackles
Yeah.
are weak now. So Shaq Barrett, JPP are going to come getting on
Although,
the other side of the ball
although
like the Chiefs.
I saw that JPP did not participate in practice, so I don't know if he's
Whoa.
going to be available.
Oh, he's
Well, if
going to
he's
be
not going to
available.
be
It's the Super
available,
Bowl. It's the Super Bowl.
Todd Bowles has to get creative and put Shaq Barrett in different spots, try and line him up against the weak tackle. But for the Chiefs X Factor, I got Chris Jones. If you ever watch Brady, you could go back however many years. You can beat him if you get inside pressure. The Chiefs' best defender's inside. So I'm going with Chris Jones.
Yeah. Well, my my MVP and my dark horse were both offensive players, but for the X factor, it's actually on the defensive side of the ball for the Chiefs. It's Tyrann Mathieu. Honey Badger, he's a dog out there. He tackles, he hits hard, he gets interceptions. That's why I think he's gonna be the reason that they win, actually, because I think this is gonna be a game based off of who has the most turnovers. It's gonna be whoever wins the turnover battle wins. So I'm gonna say Tyrann Mathieu, and I think he's gonna get 2 interceptions.
You got one against the Browns.
Yeah, I think 2 interceptions, especially the way Brady threw in the championship round. It's extremely possible.
Gave 3 to the Packers.
So I have an X factor for both teams. They both play the same position, and when you look at the Chiefs and the Bucks, I mean they have okay running backs, but their real threat is through the air with their pass catchers, and that's why I have Antoine Winfield Jr. and Tyrann Mathieu as my X factors because playing the safety position, a lot of the responsibility on stopping the pass game starts and ends with them. So they're going to really play a big role in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a defensive battle. If it ain't a shootout, it's gonna be defensive. And I think Mahomes is just gonna pull that through because Brady's old. and I mean, everyone says that, but Brady surprises.
But the Bucks are home.
Yeah,
They're in Tampa this week.
Good for Brady to go to the Bucks and immediately say, "Hey, first Super Bowl at home ever, huh?" But I
actually for my Bucks X factor, I'm gonna put the referees.
Wow,
you gonna put the refs?
The refs are gonna.
I mean,
hey man, I would be there on the roster.
I mean, I would say that doesn't count, but based off of previous history, we'll let it slide because Brady.
Just look at the play with the Packers. Dude flopped and got the flag.
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and when the Bucks got an interception, it was holding.
Exactly.
Defensive holding.
That would have been a great call. I mean, it would have been a fine call if they hadn't not called that all game. But I digress. For my X factor for the Bucks, it's Devin White. This dude is just a missile out there. He just gets to the ball.
One of the best linebackers in the league.
Exactly, and I still think he's underrated. Like I don't think he gets enough love because this dude is an absolute bullet out there. So I think he's gonna wreak havoc on the defense.
Okay, you had some questions for us, Mikey, right?
Ah, yes. So if Brady wins, which none of us think he will, is he the undisputed GOAT?
Yes.
I mean,
if he gets this done, goes to Lambeau, beats Rodgers, hosts his own Super Bowl, beats Mahomes. If he beats Mahomes, he's the GOAT.
He beats prime Mahomes,
hands down.
This is prime Mahomes because
you would be surprised. I don't think this is his prime.
I mean,
this is not prime Mahomes. He's fourth year in the league.
Is Mahomes ever going to have a better season than his first MVP season with 50 touchdowns? I don't think he will, but I think he'll probably get smarter.
He's good.
But yeah,
I mean, Manning did it after those steroids, so
I mean, it does. Does Mahomes have the Aaron Rodgers type ability yet? Like where he goes in there, calls his own plays, and always has a person open? That's
No,
where
I
we're
don't think
gonna.
it causes on plays.
That's where we're
I think
the
Andy Reid's a mastermind, so I think that
audibles and everything is gonna come later, and that's when Mahomes is gonna be in his prime because he'll be able to see everything like Rodgers and then be a goat. So,
He still letting Reed
I
call the
mean,
plays.
I think we can all agree that Mahomes, from a talent perspective, is, and there are probably other quarterbacks too, is from a talent perspective better than Brady. But from a legacy perspective, if Brady beats Mahomes, I just don't think, especially if he retires after doing so, I don't think there's any way for him to catch
But
him,
you
or for
know he's
anybody
not gonna
else to catch
retire.
him.
that would be
I don't think
You
he
know he's
will,
coming
but
back.
it's a it's on the table if he
that would be
wins.
on the table though. Go the Bucks, get a Super Bowl, say I'm out.
If he wins, it's on the table.
He'd
I
literally
think
just
what
say, "I went
the
there.
true
I
matter,
proved my legacy that I'm not just a system QB in the Patriots organization, and I'm out. I'm
the
done.
true matter
Number
of fact
7."
right here is this is the biggest game for Mahomes. If he fails to win here, he'll never be the GOAT. Like people are already crowning him the GOAT right now.
You're the
Yeah, that's
goat.
true.
I don't think he's ever gonna get the 6 titles Brady has.
Especially,
I really don't.
yeah.
Because Brady's an unselfish player. Like if you see his time with the Patriots, he always took pay cuts. He was always underpaid,
Hey,
and
Mahomes
that's
is
because he
underpaid
wanted
at
to build a
500
team to
million.
win.
Mahomes is
Now
underpaid.
Mahomes, that big deal is gonna harm them. So you saw what happened with Rodgers when he signed his big deal. He hasn't been able to win ever since then.
Yeah.
So I think people will forgive Mahomes not having 6 titles if he could get 3 or 4, but no one's gonna forgive him if he loses to a 45-year-old. Like that's always gonna be on his
43.
recipe. 43. Okay. like
Same
I
difference.
mean,
like
he
Above
might
40,
as well
it's
be.
all
He
the
might as well
same.
be 60. He might as well be
I'm pretty
60.
sure
look
Brady's
at how
getting
people
gray hairs, but we never see those.
look at how people treated Rodgers. People were crowning him as the GOAT, even though he had like 1 title to Brady's 4. Like people were saying A-Rod was the GOAT. So
Rodgers hasn't won a
yeah,
title in damn near 10 years. I can't call him the GOAT. I
this,
can call him one of the most
Because he
talented.
can't get out the NFC.
I can call him one of the
11
most
years.
talented quarterbacks of all time, maybe the most talented, but I can't call him the GOAT because he doesn't have the accolades to go with it. So that's just my thought
yeah.
process.
So this has to be Mahomes' biggest game. You got to win here.
Also, yeah,
for
he
your
can never
legacy.
be, especially going into the scenario we are just talking about. If Brady retires and wins this after winning this Super Bowl, he literally says to Mahomes, like, "You're never going to be better than me. You're never going to surpass me because you couldn't beat me when I was 45, and now there's no chance for you to beat me again."
43.
Same difference. There's no difference.
Yeah.
Wait,
He's an
wait.
old man.
What is his record going to be if Brady wins it? Is he 7-3? If he wins it, because he has 2 losses
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Eli,
'cause
one
this
to
is
Nick
his time.
To the
Foles.
Eagles.
Yeah,
Yeah, 7.
This is his
Jesus,
time.
7-3. You realize he's been
7-3 is really good.
in our lifetime. He's been to half the Super Bowls. That's
Even 6-4, that's still 60%.
and the
Yeah.
But if he gets 7-3,
literally.
If Brady wins, he finally tells Belichick, "Look, I'm gonna do way better without you."
Oh, I
And
will
it's,
say that this year, I mean, Brady obviously, he's not the best quarterback, but it has proved that maybe Belichick wasn't the reason Tom Brady was so good. I mean, he obviously still a great coach, but this year's kind of brought Belichick down a little bit on my all-time
See,
I mean,
coaches.
Belichick
when
can't do it on
when
his
I
team.
think about Belichick, he's not an offensive guy.
Yeah, he's defensive.
Yeah.
He could
Yeah,
make
defensive.
he could get defensive players any round of the draft. But look at his offensive offensive draft picks. He picked my man N'Keal Harry, a certified bum.
That is true. He
So-
said, "We
so-
got a
so when-
guy." He does
So when
not
people
know
give a lot of
offense.
credit to Brady this year, look at the weapons he has around him.
Yeah,
he
that's
never had
true.
that many weapons with the Patriots.
Bruce Arians said, "Hey,
Like, even-
you want Antonio Brown, Chris Godwin, Rob Gronkowski,
The best Patriots wide receiver
Mike Evans.
Leonard
was a
Fournette?"
free agent, Randy Moss.
Hey, whoa,
Like-
those Randy
That's
Moss
the thing,
Tom
though.
Brady times were actually crazy, though.
Like Bill Belichick has to either allow his offensive coordinator to draft those players that are good, or he just I don't know, because that offense looks horrible right now.
Yeah.
Even yeah. So it's gonna be on Belichick's table to prove that he was the one that was most successful in that dynasty.
I don't think he's going to be proving anything next year.
Yeah.
They don't look like they're in the runnings for any quarterback. They're not getting Deshaun.
Well, let's just see
What
what
if
he
they're
does with
waiting
the
for
high
Dak?
draft pick. I'd be interested to see if he actually goes in and I wouldn't be surprised if he goes in and just says, "I know defense. I know the player I want on defense," and just gets a high pick for the defense. But that's
And then he's stuck with Cam Newton if he resigns him.
But
I think he's waiting for Dak.
yeah,
I think
He's
a
not
lot of
getting Dak.
teams. I think a lot of teams are waiting for Dak.
They're not getting
I
Dak.
think so.
I think the Cowboys are going to re-sign Dak. To be completely honest,
The only way Dak leaves the Cowboys
Jerry Jones
is
says
if they
Listen,
don't
no.
draft him again.
It's in 1 year, because after this year he can't be franchised, so the deal has to be done this year.
Yeah,
But
But you know Dak's going to hold out.
Dak's a whole commodity. Like
I wouldn't
the
be
Broncos
surprised if the
wanted
Cowboys
him,
just tag him.
the Colts wanted him. Like those are two teams that wanted Dak. I think Belichick also wants Dak. He's
So does the
just
I
football
think
team.
most teams would want
Yeah.
Dak. It's just the price. What price are you willing to pay for him? But anyway,
yeah, sidetracked.
yeah, we're sidetracked on that Dak situation.
I just had to turn it to the Cowboys.
You know he's
No,
going to bring
yeah,
up
you
Dak
know-
at
no,
least
no,
once.
You know he's
people
gonna bring up Dak anytime.
people
he
were
can.
Look
saying
at him.
Look at him. Look
Belichick
at him with his
Belichick
hat.
doesn't have a quarterback. Belichick
Look at his
doesn't
hat.
have a quarterback.
See, now we did one with Brady. Now Mahomes' legacy. Where does Mahomes? If Mahomes wins the Super Bowl, where does he rank? And if he wins, is he already a Hall of Famer? Could he retire this year and be a Hall of Famer?
No, because you need Okay,
Well,
the NFL Hall of Fame, you need a certain amount of years played.
But
Longevity.
if he just is an absolute average player for the rest of those years and retires, is he a Hall of Famer?
No,
Yes.
that question's basically the Eli Manning question.
Yeah.
Win 2 Super Bowls and then be
Yeah, but
mediocre.
Eli Manning was never Patrick Mahomes.
That is
But he
true, but they're
beat
not.
Brady
They haven't let
twice.
Eli in. Yeah.
They-
Who else can say they beat Brady twice in the Super Bowl?
The Giants.
Wasn't he the one that stopped the perfect season?
literally
Yeah, Eli stopped the perfect season.
Eli said?
So,
I don't think that he really gains anything by winning this game. Because I don't even think the Bucks deserve to be in the Super Bowl at all. I thought they might have lost in the first round to Washington. They had a chance to lose that game.
They should have lost to Washington.
They should have. I thought they were going to lose
They
that.
should have lost last round.
Yeah.
If Brady
Should've
wasn't
lost.
getting away with holding that whole game, Washington would be in the Super Bowl right now. But that's not the
And I mean,
okay.
if you
Okay, we're
let's say
That's what they're doing there.
okay, you Washington
Let's say the
football fan.
let's say the Mahomes wins, he's beat Jimmy Garoppolo and a 43-year-old Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Does that sound like Hall of Fame?
I mean, Niners
Do we
fans
need to
last year
go-
told me that Jimmy Garoppolo was
Hold
the
on.
GOAT, so I don't know.
Do
Okay.
we really
Well-
need to go throughout a whole list of the quarterbacks Brady has gone against? I'll just give you 3 people that beat him: Nick Foles, Eli. Like, what are we talking here?
Whoa.
Like,
And where is Nick Foles now?
like football's a team sport, but this right here, winning back to back and being a young player like Mahomes, I think that's gonna be a lot for his GOAT conversation.
I'll give you
Especially-
another name. He beat Jared Goff.
That's facts. Jared Goff was absolutely trash.
Jared Goff and Todd Gurley with
I
one
was
knee.
so
That's who Brady
I
beat.
mean, Brady also beat Mahomes that year as well, but I was so
We
excited for
can't
He
really.
did not beat Mahomes.
Yeah, he beat him in the championship, didn't he?
No, he didn't. The defense got an Brady threw an
Okay.
interception, and who was offsides? I think his name Frank
Dee
Clark
Ford.
or Dee
No.
Ford, one of those edge
No.
rushers.
Yeah.
I think it was
So
Dee
he did not
Ford.
beat Mahomes.
That was the defense. But
Yeah,
I'm just
Dee
saying,
Ford.
in his record, he has beaten Mahomes in the playoffs. But what I was so excited for that Super Bowl too because I was like, it's gonna be Rams Chiefs. We're gonna have that Monday because remember that Monday Night Football Classic where it was like 54-50, where every time you look away, you look back and it's just like they scored again. What? That was
well, maybe if they had Tony Romo as their defensive coordinator, they would have known the plays before it happened.
Yep.
He literally said Edelman in the middle, and guess what happens?
Literally. If they had just listened to the broadcast, they would have won the game. But anyway.
Romo also highlighted this. Romo highlighted one play where the Chiefs line up Tyreek in the slot, and they just have him running like a slant across the field, and he scored on that same play against the Bucs. Watch what he does in the Super Bowl. They're gonna line him up in that slot, and Romo's calling the game, I think, and he'll point out again.
You think how you think they're gonna go about guarding Tyreek Hill? You think they're gonna drop that safety, like just completely isolate
double cover him
with a?
He's gonna get more attention than Kelsey.
They have to.
He had 3 touchdowns against them last time. They have no choice.
He had 3 touchdowns and 200 yards in the first half. Oh,
they have no choice.
But yeah,
going back to Mahomes.
Yeah. You want to go, Aaron, or should I?
Yeah, sure. I got it. I guess I think Mahomes has stuff to gain from this win because if he does win, people are gonna say, "Oh, he beat old Brady or whatever." But that Bucs team is stacked.
That's fact.
Look at all the weapons Brady has, and look at that defense. They're as stacked as the Chiefs. The Chiefs just get more attention because they're flashier.
The Chiefs are all top heavy. The Bucs are just deep all the way through. Like they have a lot
and the Chiefs
at the top.
Flashy.
Plus, Brady literally anytime he just says, "I need a first down," he just has a cheat code with Mike Evans. So
exactly. So that Bucs team to me is equally as stacked.
Yeah.
I think if Mahomes wins this, I think it actually does add a good amount to his legacy because I think people are going to say, well, he beat Brady on a stacked Bucs roster, and it's gonna push him up. Each time he wins, he's going to.
And he also beat him in Tampa.
Yep, he beat him in Tampa. They're going to say he couldn't lose to him. Now, what people are going to question is, could he have beaten Rodgers? Because they're 2 completely different teams, the Packers and the Bucs. Like, could he have beaten Rodgers because they're both high-scoring offenses, but they're both average to very below-average defenses in some aspects.
I don't even think that like this Bucs team is that loaded. I think that
what
we compare them to the NFC, but the NFC is weak as a whole. Like I don't like. Chiefs seem way more unbeatable than the Bucs, and that's why I think we all have the Chiefs.
Well, yeah, obviously the Chiefs seem more unbeatable because they have the better quarterback, the better receiver, the better tight end, they have a better offense. The question is whether
but they get the most attention.
I think
they have Mahomes.
I'll give the Bucs this. They have a better receiving core.
They still have Mike Evans. Pro Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
Godwin, Pro Bowl. I haven't checked Antonio Brown's injury report, but I don't know if he plays. But if you look at their defense, their secondary is weak, but they have the number 1 rush defense in the NFL.
Yeah. Well,
hey,
the Chiefs don't run the ball anyways. Okay.
And so is that everybody's thoughts on that last little section? Any final thoughts before we get into our last little part? All right.
Sure.
Sam, what picks you got? Oh, if anybody doesn't know, Sam is a god tier bookie. So what do you got for us?
If you don't listen to his bets, you're losing money.
Literally.
I'll just say that.
All right. So right now, Chiefs are favored by 3 points. Minus 120, Bucs plus 3 at plus 100. The money line is minus 170 in favor of the Chiefs and plus 140 in favor of the Bucs. In terms of the money line, I actually like the value. You're getting that plus 140 with the Bucs. I don't think the Bucs will win, but they definitely do have a shot. And at plus 140, I think there's some good value in the money line there. But I'm going to have to go with Chiefs minus 3 on the spread at minus 120. But I actually like the first half spread on the Chiefs better than the full game. Because if there's one thing we know about Tom Brady is that he likes to come back. So you can hedge that second half of Brady by just taking the Chiefs minus 2.5 in the first half. And I actually like that better than the other two bets. And then the over, it's a high number at 56, so it's a little tough. But with Patrick Mahomes, I think you have to go with the over, although I don't have a ton of confidence in that pick in particular. And then I got a little special pick on the national anthem.
Okay.
So right now the over under is at 2 minutes and 3 seconds, and I'll let you do it. I forgot their names, but it's two people, so it's a duet.
Oh God.
Which I think will increase the amount of time. And also, of the last 8 national anthems that have been sung in the Super Bowl, 6 of the last 8 have been over 2 minutes.
Now,
so I think the over 2 minutes and 3 seconds has a good chance there.
Now that is a fun fact, Sam. That is a fun fact.
Now I got a fun fact right here. Talking about betting, did you guys see the guy who put a lot of money down on Sammy Watkins winning like MVP and like going crazy in the Super Bowl?
I mean, I didn't see it, but Sammy made a big catch last year.
I mean, one big catch isn't going to win you the Super Bowl MVP, as we learned from last year, because Tyreek Hill arguably had a better game than Patrick Mahomes, but they said, you're a receiver, he's a quarterback, he threw the ball to you.
They got to give it to Mahomes.
Was Edelman the last receiver to win the MVP?
Oh, I forgot he won that MVP.
Yeah, he did.
That
was the Rams, right?
Yeah.
No.
It might have been I don't remember.
Wait.
If Edelman won it, it would be the Falcons.
Because he made that catch against the Falcons.
Oh wait, no, but wasn't the Falcons one where James White should have won the MVP, but then they gave it to Brady because
Edelman was the MVP for the Rams.
Yeah.
In that Rams game.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
But that was.
I mean, there was only 9 points scored.
That game was so terrible.
So, in such a low-scoring game, I don't think you can give it to a quarterback. So
didn't Gronk have like the play of the game where he like?
Gronk had that big catch.
Probably like
at the end, basically
the 5-yard line or something.
Yeah, I would have thought it was Gronk.
Yeah, Edelman had 10 catches for 141.
Yeah.
Well. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to episode 1 of the Big Dog Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Mike. That's Ron, that's Sam, and that's Ed. And we will see you next time.
Before we sign off, make sure you hit that like button, hit the little notification bell. It might be somewhere. Maybe like it up, share, subscribe.
Share this podcast with your friends.
Smash that like button.
Everybody. We need to pop off. We're counting on you. All right. See you next time.
We need you.